You, Minister Lecornu, Sebastian, Mr. Macaulay, Admiral Grady, Lieutenant King, and Chairman Garrett. Thank you to our distinguished guest, none more distinguished than our veteran. Thank you for being here today to commemorate the 81st anniversary of D-Day. It is a sheer privilege to stand in this cemetery among heroes and before God. An incredible monument to the sacrifices American warriors made on the beaches of Normandy. As I stare at that flag, we are forever grateful to the French government for dedicating this land as a resting place for our men. It's also an awe-inspiring sight to see the American flag flying here above thousands of crosses and stars as a tribute to our very best. As the former superintendent of this cemetery used to say, there they are, still serving their country, a living reminder. 81 years ago, Hitler thought his Atlantic Wall was impenetrable. Many agreed. He clearly had not met enough Americans. A more daring assault had never been planned. The task was daunting, a frontal assault across the channel on beaches and cliffs strewn with obstacles and defended by heavily fortified bunkers. Our only advantage was that the enemy underestimated the strength of the Allied war cause. The invasion would include brave troops from the U.S., Great Britain, Canada, France, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Belgium, Norway, Poland, Greece, and Holland. On the ground, the French resistance covertly aided the effort. And as the troops loaded into their ships, planes, and landing craft, they received copies of an order from General Eisenhower, reminding them of the stakes of their mission. I have a copy right here. He wrote, "You are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed peoples of Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world. Your task will not be an easy one." He ends by writing, "And let us all beseech the blessings of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking." Now that's a mission statement if I've ever heard one. Those words, along with ceaseless prayers to the Lord Almighty, willed our troops as they pushed off into dark and choppy waters. They prayed, they smoked, they joked, they rode home, they looked at photos. They knew many of them would not make it out alive. And they would have to rely on each other to succeed or to just survive. The assault began quietly before dawn on June the 6th, with radio silence as paratroopers and gliders landed in the early hours. These men flung themselves into the abyss of night, lit only by the fire of German tracers. Later that morning, the greatest amphibious assault in the history of mankind began in full force. Our men pushed through the waves and flung themselves upon the sand. The courage it took to do this is unfathomable. The first groups were decimated. Thousands of young men lost their lives, cut down by the barrage of machine guns and mortars.